You know, when you're jumping a fence, you can relatively easily encourage your horse to land on a certain leg when you jump a fence. You know, if you indicate to them as you're taking off over the fence that say you're going to be turning left, so you have your leg positioned in the correct position for, say, if you want to go off land on the left leg as you land. You'll move as you're jumping the fence. You'll slightly put your right leg back, left leg on the girth. And maybe, say, open up your left hand a little bit, not try and do too much transferring of weight, but make it clear to them that you're going to be turning left when you land. They will, more often than not, land on the left leg, even if on the approach they've been approaching the fence on their right canter lead. If you make it quite clear you're going to be going left when you land, they more than likely will land on that left lead as long as you're clear with what you do. So I'd use a pole in a similar way. Come around and work over that pole in a figure of 8. And as they see, the pole with most horses will create a slightly bigger canter stride, slightly higher, slightly more sort of elevated canter stride over the pole. So it gives them that little bit more time to do something with their legs. And I find it relatively easy to teach them to do a flying change over a pole. If you're struggling and you're not sort of getting on, nothing's happening over the pole, just lift it up, make it into a little jump, and first of all practice in a figure of 8 over a fence, getting that leg change. And then you can lower the fence and then work it over a pole, and then you can do your figure of 8 next to the pole, and because they've learned how to do their change over the pole, they then quite easy can then seem to take that forward to when there isn't a pole. So that's one a bit sort of a bit different way. But as far as the sort of normal way, I would normally say come up alongside sort of 10 metre or 8 to 10 metre turn back on myself, a half circle back. Get the canter, well, most importantly, the canter, with a hind leg really underneath them with enough energy. At the end of the day, the canter is important. No point sort of restricting the canter so much they're not going anywhere, and then that will make the change very difficult for them. So keeping the canter energetic without allowing them to run forward through the rein. And first of all, as you've come round, you're coming round to the left, and you're going to be doing a right change. So you come around the left, a nice left bend around the corner, and then you get onto, say, the diagonal line back to the long side. On that diagonal line, really level them up to get them as straight as possible within their body. So that left curve that you've got through their body round the corner, you get rid of that, you ride them very, very straight, so in their balance. And then, literally sort of get them very energetic, nice and straight, and then time, nearly sort of ride a change thing. 1, 2, 3, and change. A little bit like you're approaching, say, a narrow fence, so you've got them really condensed. The stride's condensed but energetic, but then you're increasing your power a little bit as you get to near the fence. So that sort of feeling, really, that there's a little narrow fence ahead that you've got to keep the energy up. And then change your leg aids just as they've finished one stride. Then as they're starting the next strides, start to change your legs so that then they learn to change theirs.